6 days they sailed across the open deep to Elamos' citadel where shadows creep. The Laestrygonian land Telepilus, where herdsman hails to herdsman in the dusk. A double harbour stands with cliffs of stone, an entry narrow by the waters alone. 11 ships within the basin tide, while one alone remained outside. The captain kept his black ship out at sea and bound his cables to a coastal tree. He sent 3 scouts to learn who ruled the ground, what manner of mankind might there be found. They walked the smooth road where the wagons go to bring down timber from the peaks of snow. Beside a spring they met a maiden tall, the king's own daughter by the fortress wall. She led them to the high-roofed house of state, where horror waited by the palace gate. The queen stood towering like a mountain crest and filled the travelers with a cold unrest. She called her husband Antiphates great, who seized the first scout for a ghastly fate. The other 2 fled fast across the plain to reach the safety of the ships again. The king sent out a cry across the town, and giant forms came rushing wildly down. Not like to men, but giants fierce and grim. They stood along the cliffs above the brim, with rocks as large as wagons in their hands. They smashed the fleet of the surviving bands. The ships were splintered and the men were speared like fish on lines as the giants cheered. Ship cut through the bloody foam as the captain urged his weeping crewmen home. 11 vessels sank into the deep, leaving the remnants of the fleet to weep. To that cursed bay, seeking a harbor from the stormy spray. The water smooth, the cliffs so high and steep. We thought the gods had granted us a sleep, but our wise captain kept his ship outside. A fateful choice against the rising tide. We rode inside a trap of solid stone, leaving our leader on the waves alone. Our scouts went forth to seek a friendly host, to taste the bread and wine of this strange coast. They found a girl beside Artakia spring, who showed the way to the palace of the king. Oh gods, the monster queen we there beheld. Our courage withered and our lifeblood coiled. The king rushed in, no words of peace he spoke. He tore our brother's flesh. The laws of Xenia broke. Monsters roared. 1,000 giants down the mountain poured. They stood above us on the rocky height and blocked the sun, turning our day to night. Massive boulders rained upon our decks, crushing our hulls to broken floating wrecks. The sickening sound of breaking wood and bone, the dying screams of comrades left alone. They speared our dying brothers in the wave, like gasping fish, denying them a grave. But outside the harbor our captain drew his blade and cut the cables while the crew dismayed. Row for your lives, he cried into the wind, leaving our shattered, bleeding fleets behind. We escaped the jaws of death, but weep today for all our brothers slaughtered in that bay. Come inside our stone, trespassing the waters that we rule alone. Tiny, weak-legged creatures walking on our track, carrying their metals, never looking back. They came into our hall looking small and white, a sudden unexpected treat to satisfy the bite. The king reached down and grabbed one by his hairy head. A crunch of bone, a taste of red, the little thief is dead. Squeaking in their fright, but none can hide from giants on the rocky height. We gathered on the cliffs, the clan began to shout, time to smash the wooden shells and clear the vermin out. We lifted up the mountainside, we threw the heavy stone, we crushed their little toys of wood, we broke their every bone. They splashed around, no sweeter music than the dying, gasping sound. We cast our spears and hooked them from the bloody foam, a harvest of fresh meat to bring our families home. Like fish upon a spear, we hauled them to the shore, a feast of foolish travelers, we couldn't ask for more. One little boat escaped, fleeing out to sea, but we are full and satisfied, lords of Telepilusa.